Hi there, you guys. Welcome back. Today is Thursday, November 5th. So if you missed class today, here is a quick summarization of what we did. We started out class by working on our IXL E.7. This is due tomorrow by Friday, and you should have an 80% SMART score. We also took a Procore post-test today over Procore 19. You can absolutely take this when you return, and I probably will have you take it when you return that day. We also read our new launch text in our textbook titled Red Roses. I will be showing you guys shortly how to get to this, okay? I know it's a little difficult when trying to navigate the online textbook. We then, after we listened to our Red Roses, that was only about 3 minutes long, and we wrote an 8-sentence summary about this text. I provided students with some notes and study aid that they used during this time, and I will do the same for you. We also worked on a new figurative language station today. We talked about irony, and we will go through that one together as well. So let's get started by looking at Red Roses. So let me kind of navigate through here. I'm going to use my period 1 and 2 as an example on how to find red roses in your textbook. So we are going to click on the classwork tab at the very top. We are going to scroll down here until we see online textbook student edition. We will click on that and then click on the tab to open it. Hit take me there now. Okay, and your screen may look a little different than mine since I have a teacher view and you have a student view. But once we are on our textbook, sorry, this is taking me a moment. Okay, here we go. Once we are on our textbook, we are going to look for Unit 1, and we are still in the introduction stage. So Unit 1 is the first unit that pops up for us. So we are going to click on the unit introduction here. We can kind of scroll down. We see red roses down at the bottom, the nonfiction narrative. We will click there. And here is where you can play the launch text. So this is only 3 minutes and 39 seconds long, so it shouldn't take you too long to listen to. That is on your to-do list for today. All right, and you will then be writing your summary over this short model here, okay? And you will write that in your interactive notebook. Now, I've had a few people try and ask me how do I find my interactive notebook? You are going to go once again to the classwork tab and scroll all the way down to first week forms and activities, and it's going to be your very first thing right here. We are going to click on it and make sure that we remember we are no longer in Unit 5. So we finished with the green. We are now going to be in the blue because we are in Unit 1. All right, and this is where you will type your summary. And I will be posting the notes that go along with it very shortly. Okay, and let's kind of go back to our assignment and see if there's anything else that we need to go through besides our irony stuff. Okay, classwork. Okay, so on our to-do list, we talked about IXL E.7 being due. We also talked about how to find red roses, and we listened to that and write our summary in our interactive notebook. Okay, so now let's look at station number 3 before we talk about your quiz. So station number 3. Let's get there. Should be the first thing on your stream. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit on the instructions here. This is what it should look like. You should see 11/5/2020, Station 3, Figurative Language Irony. For this assignment, you'll be opening both things that are attached, the doc and the PowerPoint. So first, let's look at the PowerPoint. Okay. We are going to be talking about different types of irony today. So you're going to be looking at situational irony, which is something that happens directly, or something happens that directly contradicts strong expectations. The example I gave in class for situational irony would be a marriage counselor who gets divorced. You wouldn't expect a marriage counselor to get divorced because of their profession. So that directly contradicts the strong expectation that you have for them. We will then be looking at verbal irony. Verbal irony is what we've been talking about with our figurative language for a little while now. These are words that are used to say the opposite. So the example again that I gave in class was, if I wake up in the morning and I look like Shrek the ogre and I say, "Oh, I look so pretty today." Obviously, I mean the opposite because I just woke up and I don't look very great just yet. Okay? So verbal irony. And then the last and final type of irony that we will be talking about is dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is where the reader knows something that the character or speaker does not. So, for example, in Romeo and Juliet, the audience knows that Juliet is not quite dead yet, okay, that she is not dead. Well, Romeo, that's why he kills himself prematurely, but the audience knows that Juliet is not dead. And so when she wakes up and she's like, "Oh no, what has he done?" the audience is not too surprised, right? I found out this also happens a lot in Dora the Explorer clips. So if you have ever seen Dora the Explorer and you are like, "Oh, I know that Swiper is behind this attack or this thing that is happening," but Dora doesn't know that. So that's dramatic irony. We then went through each of these slides. We went through the majority of these together, but lots of them were done independently. So we will talk about the first one together, and you'll be recording your responses. You'll be recording these directly on the doc. So there's one for each slide that you have to answer. So take note that there is no slide 1 because there is nothing to answer on slide number 1. And there is no slide number 8 because there is nothing to answer on slide number 8. Okay? But there are 23 slides in total. And I did have almost everyone in class finish this, and I didn't give them a whole lot of time. So it wasn't too difficult. We talked about situational irony in this picture. So we talked about how this picture contradicts our strong expectations. Meaning, if the sign says "pass with care," we don't really expect to see a car flipped over next to it, right? So what I had students put for slide number 2 is they just had to explain what was happening in the picture and how it showed situational irony. Okay. The second example that we looked at together was, "My walk home was a mere 12 miles. Well, when you say it was a mere 12 miles, that makes it seem like a short walk. 12 miles is a very long walk. So that is verbal irony because you are saying the opposite of what you mean. Okay. And then here's the example that we talked about earlier. In a movie, the protagonist, a marriage counselor, gets a divorce. This is an example of situational irony because it goes against what you expect will happen. You do not expect a marriage counselor to get a divorce, correct? So we are going to go through and look at all of these and answer each of the slides on our handy dandy doc, okay? Make sure that you hit turn in at the top up here when you are finished with this. This was homework if they did not finish it. So this will be homework for you as well, right? I do believe that that is all that we have on our to-do list for today. Today was a big day, okay? Yes, so I have all of our things on here. We are going to be studying for our quiz. We did a Kahoot today in class, and I will be giving students about 5 minutes to study before we take the test tomorrow. So make sure that you are looking over your Quizlet for figurative language, which I will post the link next to this with the assignment, so that will help you. And make sure you are looking over your Paul Revere notes and your monkey's paw story. Okay, all of those will be on the quiz. This will be a 40-point quiz, so make sure that you are taking a few minutes to look over the words. And that is it, my friends. I hope that you all feel better, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.